Mary had a little man. The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
The only political victories that matter these days are symbolic. Attacking your opponents on cable news or social media. Compromise is a dirty word. We've arrived at that crossroad, and we chose anger and division. I believe in my approach, but it's not what America wants right now. I love Arizona, and I am so proud of what we've delivered. Because I choose civility, understanding, listening, working together to get stuff done, I will leave the Senate at the end of this year.
Bye-bye. So that's breaking news. That just, I think you know today's Super Tuesday, right? Everybody knows? Okay, good. I saw a show of hands because I'm like the romper room kindergarten teacher. I can see you. Yeah. So everybody knows it's Super Tuesday. And if you are in a Super Tuesday state, the only thing that I need to explain is to California. California, pay attention. You have to vote twice today, 2 votes to cast in the California Senate race. What? I know, but this is the way, this is the way your state chose your ballot to be. And, God help us if we ever had a patchwork of, ways to vote. God help us if we ever did. Oh, it'd be so chaotic according to the Supreme Court, right? But okay, so here's what happened. You had Dianne Feinstein passed away, right? Rest in peace, Dianne. And so that actually caused Gavin Newsom to have to appoint somebody to take her seat for an interim term. But he did, but it also required that there be a special election. Well, the person that he appointed doesn't want to continue. She just agreed that she would be a placeholder. And so she is not interested in the 6-year full term. So what you're going to vote for first in the Senate election is somebody to serve until the end of Dianne Feinstein's term in a special election. Her term would end naturally January of 2025. So you're voting for somebody to occupy that seat for about, 10 months? I think that's what I counted on my fabulously manicured, reverse French pink on the tips nails. Yeah, I'm not sure if I even like it, but okay, I did do that. Sat for 2 hours. I think you should notice. All right, then. So you're going to have to vote for that. And then you're going to cast a second vote for the primary to see who you want to run as the Democratic nominee for the Senate seat for the following 6 years. So you have to cast 2 votes. You have to cast a vote for a special election, a few months, 10-month occupier, a 10-month holder of the Senate seat that is Dianne Feinstein's old seat. And then you have to vote for who you want in the Democratic primary to run for Senate as the Democratic nominee. So please, I have friends that are in California who said, I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. And so in one, on the first portion of the ballot, they said they voted for, he said, it's a man. It's not a girl. So he said he voted for, on the first ballot, I think he said he voted for Katie Porter. And on the second ballot, I think he voted for Barbara Lee or Adam Schiff. I'm not sure. But did cast 2 different votes, thinking he got a double bite at the apple. But that is not what's happening there. So I needed to explain that to you. Now, the breaking news. So Kyrsten Sinema, and in this weird way, she has a point. I hate to say it. She peeves me. You know that, right? She peeves me. She votes like this, she when we really need in a crunch, when we need a Democratic vote to get us over the top, she's not, you can't count on her. Can't count on her. She is a person that follows the money. But I mean, literally follows it wherever, like I'm going to guess, there's never going to be an egg timer around when you need one, but I suggest you get one now so that you have one when you need one. I suggest that when her term is over, at the end of the year, and she doesn't stand for re-election. She goes, I think, shouldn't there be I think there's a buffer period, like a year or something, a lot of buffers, right, between going to work as a lobbyist. But I have a feeling she will somehow end up on some private equity board or a hedge fund or something to do with finance, and taking a mega salary for joining, However, because this is her, where she casts her ballot. She goes with the big money. But she has a point here today. Why? Well, she says the thing that peeved her about us is that she was negotiating as an independent senator, with a Democratic senator and a Republican senator, the immigration reform package. Remember that? And so she was dedicating her time to doing that. And there was an agreement, as you know, in the Senate. There was. And the Senate passed the immigration package, and it died on the House floor, as most things now, do, because the House is a do-nothing House. Because Mike Johnson is a do-nothing Mike Johnson, is what he is. That's all he is. And if you say it really fast, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay? So she got frustrated, she says, not with the Senate not being able to pass a bipartisan package, because the Senate was able to do it. She said she's peeved and upset at the House. And so because she's mad at the House under the, lack of leadership for, with Mike Johnson running things, she's leaving the Senate. This is her explanation to us. So in a weird way, she has a pernt, and her pernt is that nothing gets done up there on the Capitol Hill. But on the other hand, it wasn't a lack of functioning of the United States Senate, where she currently serves, that prompted that failure, and that her negotiations were successful. So I don't know. She gave this long 3-minute thing, and she said, listen, the thing that really, got me upset was that, I devoted my life and my time to, coming up with a bipartisan package to, solve one of the most intractable issues of our time. True that. And, there was an effect. It was a very effective piece of legislation. It really was. It was a solid piece of border security legislation. It did not even approach, which, people like me and her, you would think, would like to see approached, the question of where do you drop the breadcrumbs so that people who have been here and were brought here as children through no fault of their own, and haven't done a damn thing wrong, not even jaywalked, not even got a ticket for parking in the wrong space, never even let a parking meter expire, always have a quarter, always do, put the money in the meter, reliably. But there's no pathway for them to even stand upon or look for or find, because there's no breadcrumbs to lead them to a path to citizenship. Now, most people like me and her I'm guessing, would want that. But in this particular package, it was left out, and it was left out to get Republicans to vote for it because they hate, period. I'm not even going to say who. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They hate. And their hatred is what they run on. A grievance is what they serve up. And so they didn't want to solve the problem in the House, okay? But the Senate did. The Senate did. And so I never understood her. I don't understand the clothes. I don't understand I don't understand the choices. Is she going to end up much richer than me? I won't include you because I don't know your scenario. I don't know. Hey, if you're sitting pretty, RandiRhodes.com/donate. That's there. But she's going to end up richer than all of us, I think, combined. But she's quitting. So who does that leave? Oh, my God. For the Republicans, Carrie Lake. Uh-huh. And for the Democrats, Ruben Gallego. All right. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.